Yo, what's up guys, it's X-Rays and welcome to a new zombies video. In today's video we're actually going to be covering a pretty cool time loop theory that's been going around, and I'm going to tell you guys where this time loop theory came from and my thoughts on it as well. So basically, let's jump into it. The first thing that I want to mention is Doris. So for you guys that don't know, obviously the whole, the giant is in France came from the map that came from Mob of the Dead. There was something scratched on the side and it said the giant is in France, but it said Doris. So a lot of people were like, no, Doris is not in France, it's in Germany, so what exactly does that mean? And they were referring to the giant 1,000 foot or however tall that giant is that we see in the actual Origins trailer. Now, one theory that's going around, it's a time loop theory, is that Doris, the giant, the actual physical robot giant, was actually made in Doris and was sent back in time through a teleporter, and now no one is controlling it, or it's either controlled by Maxis or it's no one is controlling it. So what the popular theory is that it was put in the actual teleporter and was actually sent back in time, because you can't really imagine there being these amazing gigantic robots that are walking around during the time when they were having trouble making their own little tanks, so it's kind of weird that this gigantic mechanical robot is there. It's just out of place. It's not something that you would expect to see during a World War I era. So there are little hints of people saying that obviously this robot was made by Maxis, and I'm going to pull up a quote. It's one of the radio messages that comes out in Doris, where Dr. Maxis is trying to send a letter telling them that he needs more funds, he needs more Element 115 to fuel a project that he is doing. So I'm going to let that play for a little bit, and then we'll talk a little bit more after that.
Sophia, this letter is to go to the Reichstag High Command immediately. Gentlemen, it is with the utmost urgency that I draw your attention to the lack of funding being injected into the giant project. While I believe we are close to realizing the ultimate plan, we still have several years of development before it is ready. It would be folly to cut our expenditures so early in our development. We simply do not have enough Element 115 to continue the experiments. If we are to overcome this obstacle, we need to increase the frequency and size of the experiment. To this end, I suggest we find not only a regular supply of 115, but that we also find a larger conduit to channel the energy. Our operatives in America have informed us that the U.S. has a large supply of the element at the Nevada base. So time is of the essence if we are to stay ahead of them. This cannot be done if you cut the budget, nor can it be done if you insist on pressuring us into action before we are ready. I am, of course, available for discussion on the matter, but in the meantime, I will continue with the work here and try to win this damned war. Signed, etc., etc., Dr. Maxis.
So as you can hear from the actual radio message, it is Maxis who wants more funding. He wants the energy that's being gathered, Element 115, that's being gathered in Nevada, which in other words is Nuketown. Now if you refer to Nuketown, there's actually recently, everyone's been talking about this, there is a robot with what seems to be a little girl inside of the robot. When you go to the back of one of the buildings, one of the houses, and you see a robot, and I have a picture for you guys to see. So one of the things that people are saying is they think that Dr. Maxis is going to go back in time with this robot to possibly save Samantha. He's trying to somehow bring her back into this world. As we all know, she's in the ether, so right now she has no, physical body or anything like that. She's kind of weird and, stuck between worlds, which is what Dr. Maxis is trying to save her for during the events of Buried. So what everyone thinks is happening is during this time, there was no Element 115, there was not enough Element 115, and now that Maxis is in control, he has the power to use the ether energy, to use Agatha, or however you pronounce it. He has that energy that he can tap into now. So if you guys have ever completed the Easter egg for Barry, the endgame Easter egg, he mentions that now he has the power to reach Agatha and use that energy to be able to power whatever he wants. So I'm assuming that now that he has access to this energy, this amazing energy, which is also referred to back in Shangri-La, he's able to use this energy to power this giant mechanical robot, and it's going to be a big thing. It's going to be a part of this next DLC, which is the last DLC for Black Ops 2, which is very sad, since I won't be able to do any more videos on that. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that maybe it's Dr. Maxis all his doing? We know that Richtofen was more on the organic, you know, experimenting on humans and, you know, using all that kind of stuff, trying to make super soldiers, while, you know, Maxis was actually trying to use wonder weapons. He was making weapons, mechanical stuff is what he was working with. So it only leans more towards Dr. Maxis made the giant robot, and he is trying to use it somehow and get enough energy for it. Because, I mean, again, the giant robot doesn't really make any sense that he is, you know, during a World War I time period. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys. I'm going to be discussing a couple, and, you know, we'll just get this discussion going. Tell me what you guys think, and if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to slap a like and a favorite on this video, and if you guys are new and want to subscribe, if you guys are watching this somewhere else, feel free to check out my channel. It's going to be down in the description, youtube.com/OGXrays. Until then, I'm X-Rays, I'm out. Peace.